Good to see you. Good to see you, everybody. Mostly familiar faces here today. As you can tell, we're back in person at Odyssey, hence the masks. So it's good to see our scholars and happy to introduce you to everybody today. I think most of our guests are returning. So I'm going to skip the actual big presentation I had planned about Odyssey, but just in short, we're a school in our fourth year here southeast of Los Angeles. We've been adding a new grade every year, and this is our first graduating class this year. Rocio and Honey will be presenting here shortly. Our seniors, they're amazing. I'm so excited that you're going to get to hear from them today. And also Maria, who's done a ton of work on the Skunkworks team. Yeah, super excited for you all to hear from them. I work with exclusively 10th graders. I work on a program that focuses on environmental sustainability. And so we are very easily able to infuse these measures around big picture living into the work that we do in the environmental sustainability piece. And I'm excited for you to get to know some of my other students this year and hear from them about how we are doing that.
I'm gonna quickly share screen. During this quarantine and now, I've been working on my self-esteem and overall wellness and happiness because I do struggle with that on a daily basis. So during quarantine, I feel like all of us at some point felt like this. There's a lot of news of the coronavirus, a lot of stress, a lot of isolation, and a lot of laying in bed on the computer, not being able to go out due to the fact that schools were shut down and everything. And I don't know about you guys, but that, we like it or not, it comes with consequences to our mental health and physical health. A few things that I did during this quarantine was focus on stuff that made me feel better and maybe try to better myself and distract myself at home. So I got really into an artist called NF. I continue to listen to Shawn Mendes. My big coping strategy I use is singing. I love singing for my own entertainment. It helps me de-stress a lot. I got into baking. We actually worked on some baking last year with Paul here as well. And it was a nice experience, and I feel like it all really helped. I also got into exercising, which I sadly got out of, but I'm starting to get into it again. Yeah, that's what I've done during quarantine to work on that. In the present right now, I actually feel much better. I have a higher self-esteem. I've grown in self-love, and I've have new friends that actually influence me to feel more better about myself. I feel like that's a very important piece, to have those influences that make you feel better instead of bringing you down. And like I said, I still continue to sing. I continue to listen to music to distress myself. I wanted to give you guys this little introduction to an app that I started using recently. It's called I Am, which provides you with affirmations that can help you during the day. Quick description is used to improve your self-esteem, confidence with positive affirmations. This is typically how it looks. Here's an Android, how it looks on an Android and how it looks on the iPhone. Step one, the first thing you're going to see is this login page where once you want to start, you put I am ready. It will ask you how many times you want to have affirmation sent to you. The starting time, which can be whenever you wake up, to the end time whenever you go to bed, or up to you guys. There's a second step where you choose your gender identity, male, female, or you prefer not to say due to the fact that maybe you don't identify as either or. Then you'll see this homepage. And this homepage, they have some features. So feature number one that I wanted to share with you guys is you can actually customize it to what you like or you want to hear. You could write your own affirmations. You have your favorites, your collections. Maybe you need affirmations for stress and anxiety. They provide those there as well. The second feature is you can customize it. I know me, I love my own little aesthetic, so I could customize it to the aesthetic I would love to have and see whenever I open the app. And the third feature I wanted to share was you can actually share this. So if you really like this affirmation and you want to share with people, spread the love, you can share it. You can download it yourself. And if you just don't like it, you can actually also dislike it. There, you can set it as your wallpaper. Some affirmations will look nice in a wallpaper, where you open your phone, you see it, and it just reminds you. And lastly, I wanted to actually do something with you guys. Here I have examples of affirmations, and I would like to have you guys put in chat some affirmations for yourself. Give yourself the appreciation you need. This morning, I love these 7 affirmations that I put here for the week. Monday, today I choose me. Tuesday, I have courage and I know I can do anything I put to my mind. Wednesday, everything I need is within me. Thursday, I let go of those who do not have my best interest at heart. Friday, I am exactly who I need to be in this moment. Saturday, I love every part of what makes me who I am. And Sunday, I let my love for myself increase each day. So I would like to invite you guys to put an affirmation for yourself, just to lift you guys up this morning. I love these affirmations that are being put in chat. You guys are welcome to keep putting them in chat, but for now, I'm gonna pass the mic to Rocio and Honey so they can start with their own presentation. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. So we're going to go ahead and share our screen so we can get started. Okay. And this is focusing on our summer wellness and how we have grown over the summer and the measures that we've implemented into our daily lives. So what are the 6 measures? So Big Picture Living provides students a research-based framework of 6 helpful tools that allow us to manage our lifestyle choices and have even been proven preventative treatment for chronic diseases. So the first one we're going to get started with is Nourish, and food is medicine. So choose predominantly whole plant-based foods that are rich in fiber, nutrient-dense, that are vegetables, fruits, beans, lentils, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. And I noticed in myself that what you put in your body has such a big impact on from the way your skin looks to how much energy you have, just to how you feel overall. So I think nourishment is one of the most important and one of the biggest measures that I've seen in my life. Social connectedness is essential to emotional resiliency. Studies show that isolation is associated with increased mortality. Considering a student's home and community environment improves overall health. So who are we surrounding ourselves? Are our friends the best influences for us, and will they help us become better each day? And caution. So the well-documented dangers of any addictive substance use can increase risk for many cancers and heart diseases. Positive behaviors that help improve health include cessation of tobacco use and limiting the intake of alcohol. So as we're kids growing up in a high school environment, there may be temptations or to try different things and experiment, but we really have to remember that everything we put into our body has a consequence. So just being cautious and staying away from harmful things like this can be very essential to staying healthy. Stress can lead to improved health and productivity, or it can lead to anxiety, depression, obesity, immune dysfunction, and more. Helping students recognize negative stress responses, identify coping mechanisms, and reduction techniques lead to improved well-being. So are we giving ourselves the time that we need to kind of take care of ourselves and recharge for something else? And that relates back to the self-care that Maria was talking about too. So recharge. So lack of poor quality sleep can lead to strained immune system. Identify with dietary, environmental, and coping behaviors to improve sleep health. So I know it can be difficult to get sufficient amounts of sleep, whether it's insomnia or just a brain that's
overworking, but just recharging and allowing yourself that time to rest is essential. Like Rocio will literally go to bed at like 6 p.m. and wake up at like 3 in the morning. I don't know how she does it. And I'm the complete opposite. I go to bed very late. So recharging and allowing your body that time to really sleep is important.
Move. Regular and consistent physical activity that can be maintained on a daily basis throughout life. Walking, gardening, push-ups, and lunges is an essential piece of the optimal health equation. So are we getting the movement that we need? I know like sometimes we eat and we have to like burn off what we eat. It also helps keep our heart rate going and just stay more active and more awake.
So those are just an overall view of the 6 measures, and each of us are going to be zooming in on one that we've really seen become more apparent in our lives. So I'll go ahead and start it off. So mine is chill. That's my measure. And my past experiences with stress has not been a positive one. So even in like the 4th grade, I had severe anxiety to the point where just going to class, I'd get nauseous and I'd start shaking and trembling and telling mom I didn't want to go to school. So this anxiety was really built up in me from a young age. And it's something that I still struggle with now, but I definitely see an improvement in myself using different habits that I'll get into soon. And just the whole act of overthinking and over contemplating and replaying conversations in your head and how this could have gone differently and I should have done this earlier today. And that can also lead to a lack of sleep because your mind is overworking, and it's really just an endless cycle. And it's just allowing yourself to really learn and deal with that stress is something that I learned to do a lot better. So good stress and bad stress. You might be thinking, honey, well, how can stress be good? Well, stress can be helpful for studying, public speaking, and accomplishing challenging goals because it kind of lights a fire under you and it allows you to feel more motivated. And I like to think of good stress as excitement or feeling butterflies in your stomach before you do something big. You know, that can help motivate you. But on the other hand, bad stress can cause short-term or long-term anxiety, like I mentioned previously, and also a decreased performance. So it can either help you perform your best, or the nervousness can get you to the point where the stress takes over and you know you could have done better. And it also leads to poor mental and physical health. So not only does stress impact you on the outside, but also on the inside as well. So some healthy habits that I picked up. So in order to help deal with the stress over the summer, I started doing a gratitude journal, which has started very useful in my life. So every morning I'll write 5 things that I'm grateful for. And it can be the most random things, from the avocado toast I had yesterday to waking up this morning or seeing my family. It's really just about soaking in all the little things. And I've noticed that it's allowed me to be more present in my own life. So I'll be sitting there having a great conversation with a friend and we're laughing. And then I just sit there and I'm like, I'm so grateful for your presence. Like, this is such a good exchange we're having. And I think starting a gratitude journal is a great way to really start paying attention to the little things and being more present in your life. And exercise is another area. I know it's a struggle, but I think exercise is just a great way to get your body pumping and really just get energy. And every time I start doing a workout and I feel my heart pumping, I'm like, okay, we're pumping out all those grease out of the arteries. Like, this feels good. So not only is it like physically good for you, but I think mentally, because you know you're doing something good for yourself. And spending time with my family is a great way, whether it's movie night or really just having a conversation. Surrounding yourself with positive people, even if they're friends, can be very beneficial. And just changing my mindset, not thinking that every mishap or everything that goes wrong is the end of the world. Like the other day, I lost my earring under my bed and I was freaking out. I was like, this is the end. This is like the worst thing ever. But I sat to myself and I'm like, honey, you just survived a worldwide pandemic and we're still going through it. There's much bigger things to life than an earring under the bed. So I think it's just a matter of putting everything into perspective and understanding how big the issues are that you're faced with and really just putting them into their own little specific area. Okay, this isn't as extra as I think it is, and this isn't as important as I may make it seem. So it's just a matter of really putting it into perspective that I think has helped me change my mindset personally. So some tips. You might be like, okay, well, honey, this is all great, but what can I do in my own life? So different ways that you can relax personally is listening to music. That's a great way to really just let go, let loose. Exercising, like I mentioned before, dancing, even if you're not good at it. I know you guys have some dance moves. Meditation or yoga is a really great way to just relax and let loose and breathe. Getting a massage. I know a lot of adults have a lot of tension in their back, and whenever my mom gets a massage, she feels like a whole new person. So that's a really great way to relax. Taking care of spiritual needs, whether that's just staying in nature or reading or however you take care of your spiritual needs, that's also essential. And avoiding caffeine and alcohol, I know I love coffee, but sometimes these substances can make it a little more difficult to really de-stress. So trying to avoid things and just paying attention to what you put into your body relating back to nutrition and breathing exercises. Helping control your breathing in stressful scenarios can really help you get through them. And here's some resources for you guys. The American Psychological Association, found at apa.org/topic/stress if you guys want more information. So we are going to go ahead and try it together. So a couple of things you're grateful for. So can you guys go ahead and type in the chat? We're going to go with this first prompt. What was the best thing that has happened today? I know it might be early for you guys, but it can be I woke up on my first alarm this morning. I had a great breakfast, or I pet my dog before I left. Like something positive that has happened to you today. So I'll give you guys some time to go ahead and share that in the chat. I see them coming in. Help the student find an internship. Wow, okay. The early sunrise this morning. I love it. Nature. Grateful for Starbucks. Yes, Starbucks is the way to go, especially during pumpkin season. It's great. Gets you in the fall energy. Today's the first official day of fall. Awesome yoga practice and moonset. Okay, I love to see it. Matcha. See? Got to say good morning to my boyfriend before he left to work. Grateful for my school and all the opportunities to contribute to my daily morning walk. So just being thankful for these little things in life can really make a difference in your day. Okay, so now we're going to be doing a breathing exercise. So can I have everybody please close their eyes if you have them open? And we're going to be taking a few deep breaths. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and out. And now we're going to use a phrase. So whenever we breathe out, think to yourself in your head, I breathe out stress and tension. So we're going to breathe in and out. Again, in and out. And just learning to control your breathing and putting these affirmations into your mind. I breathe out stress and tension can really just relax you and calm you. So I hope that did a little something for you guys. Okay, so that is my spiel on the measure chill and how I deal with stress. And now I'm going to hand it off to Rocio.
Hello, everyone. So the measure that I focus on all 6 measures this summer. I know I practiced all of them during the summer, but the one that I feel like I'm continuing to grow and focus on the most is Nourish. So as many of you know or might not know, I try to go vegan. I try to change my my eating habits and try to change those around me. So this summer, I focused on changing my breakfast habit. I am a very big coffee person. I do need my coffee in the morning, or at least I thought I needed it every morning. So I stopped drinking coffee, and then I also, that resulted to like eating cereal, which I then found out that it had so much sugar, which is not good for me. So I stopped the artificial sugars and all that, and I started including more fruits and vegetables to my body. So I tried going vegan, and I ended up being plant-based just because it was so hard for me. I feel like I tried to dive into being vegan and did not want to take like the baby steps. I just wanted to one day wake up and be vegan, which is not true. It doesn't work that way. And I didn't acknowledge it like that. So something that has helped me change my eating habits in the morning was making juices, or at least my mom makes the juice for me because she wakes, like Honey mentioned, I do wake up at 4, but she wakes up before me to go to work. So she wakes up like around 3 and juices for us. So we do have a box of oranges at home, and we buy fruits from like the LA farmers market in downtown LA. They have really good produce. And then don't mind the chip nails, and the picture is a little tilted, but that was my juice this morning. So the ingredients that I have here will make a green juice. She always makes green juice, but this morning I woke up and it was red. I think she added beets or something. So that was the red juice that I had this morning. And I usually drink like a jar like that every morning, and it fills me up pretty well. I would just have like a granola bar, or like a cookie, like after that, just because I feel like I need to choose something. But something that I find really cool in juicing is that juicing will, like, in here is probably like 2 oranges, a whole bunch of pineapple, kiwis, and beets and all that. So it's like easier to juice it than to eat it one by one. You know, you have like everything in a juice, you have all the nutrients, everything, and it's so much easier than just having it one by one. So I highly recommend juicing. And it's also not that difficult. All you have to do is like throw your favorite fruits and vegetables into a blender, blend it up, add some water if it's too thick, and then just, or you can also eat it with a spoon, make it like a smoothie bowl or something. So the benefits of juicing, it will reduce your risk of cancer, boost your immune system, remove toxins from your body, and help with your digestion. So juicing has really helped me gain a lot of energy, especially because I also do struggle with taking naps during the day sometimes. But that's because I don't have energy, you know, like I feel weak and I want to like go to sleep and I don't want to do anything else. So juicing has helped me just gain more energy and feel more awake during the day. And that has helped me feel more productive and wanting to do things. Yeah. So now my journey between vegan and plant-based. So I like to focus on the positive things of things, but there's also the kind of like the things that I still need to work on that I will eventually get there if I continue to practice and focus on it. So a glow, which is a good thing, is I stopped craving meat and dairy. So I still have it like sometimes just because it's in my house, and you know, I can't, as much as I try to, like my parents are my parents, like they're there, I'm still like, you know, young, like I need to listen to them in a way. So like I can't do anything about that. So meat and dairy is still in my household, but I don't really crave it as much as I used to, which is something that I'm very proud of. And I've also consumed a lot more fruits by juicing, which I have noticed. And like also like diabetes does run in my family. So I've noticed that like if I'm juicing, they're juicing, my mom juices, like she makes the juice for us. So her blood sugar, her glucose has dropped a little more. So there are benefits to all this. And things that I need to work on is being more consistent. So I do juice, but I know that sometimes I like wake up and like I don't crave a juice. Like it's like a little cold, but I just have to like, Rocio, you have to get to this jar. Like you got this, girl. Like by the end of like, if it's like 9 and you drink it now, at 10 you're gonna be done with it, and we'll move on. So I have to be more consistent with myself. And I'm also getting to know my body a little more. So like, what don't I like? What breaks me out? What helps me feel better and all that. So the things that I'm working on. So what has helped me draw my conclusion that for now I'm still plant-based is that it's not easy giving up the foods that we're used to, especially if they're in your house and like you grew up eating it and it's something that is always there. And just giving it up is like very difficult to me. But I know that I'm slowly getting there, and one day I'll hopefully be like fully vegan. That's like my main goal. But as of now, I feel like plant-based is just easier. And I set personal month goals. So like in June, July, I just gave up coffee for sure. I still have like a Starbucks like here and there, but it's not as like, not every morning, just because now I have my juice to like replace that. But this month is to decrease my amount of breads because pan dulce is like in my house 24/7. Like my parents will have a cup of coffee and their bread, and like the bread is there. So like sometimes I'll just like get a bit, and sometimes like a little bit, like I'll be like, okay, I'll be done. I'll just get a bite and then I'll like set it aside. No, like for me, it's like I'll get stuff and like keep going until it's done. So I just want to give that up a little bit. And that's my presentation. Thank you. Oh.
Okay, and for future growth, because since Rocio and I have been doing well over the summer with our specific measure, there always are areas that we can improve on. So our guiding question is, what can we do this school year to set us up for success? So I personally want to focus on getting sufficient sleep. I find that I think the nighttime where everyone's asleep is the best time to just work and be creative because I can just focus with less distractions. But that does have impacts on my body. I'll wake up groggy and tired throughout the day, and my eye bags are as dark as ever. I have to put extra concealer on. So just recharging and allowing myself to get that amount of sleep that my body needs is definitely something that I want to improve on personally.
And for me, something that I really want to work on is to de-stress and just take care of myself a little more. I'm like, us being seniors, like applications are coming in and we have to like apply to scholarships and get our final grades in, know what we're going to do right after high school, which can sometimes be stressful just because like the future is kind of like, you never know what's going to happen, which is very stressful for me. So I feel like taking care of myself and kind of living in the moment, and if I feel like I need to watch a movie, then I'll just watch it like a couple minutes. As well as starting a workout routine, we go on late night walks around like where I live. We make it a kind of like a routine, like right after we eat, we'll go walk and then we'll come back and then like watch TV and then go to sleep. But recently we have been falling like on the side just because my mom gets like the juice ready for, has to like squeeze the oranges for the next morning, or like my dad gets home from work and he's tired. I have to do homework. My sister does too. But we all kind of just stopped it. But I kind of want to, the reason why there's a treadmill there is because we recently got a treadmill. We feel like because it's in our house, like we have to put it to use, and they're not that cheap. So I feel like now that we have a treadmill, we'll start the habit again and make it more of a routine.
And that is our presentation. Thank you guys so much for joining us for our first Summer Wellness webinar. Thank you. We'll pass it back to you guys.
So do you track like how, because like I've heard people mention that like, they've have exercise sometimes and then it's harder at other times. You're trying to make these changes in your life. Do you have any systems to track so you've got some sort of a sense of where you're at in this whole process of change?
No, we don't track. It's kind of just like we go out to walk. Like it's not, I feel like we don't really make it a big deal, but in reality, like even the little things count, like going out for like a 10-minute walk makes a difference.
Yeah.
But at the moment, like it doesn't really mean anything. We just are like, oh, we're going to go take a walk. And then we realize that we've been walking for 20 minutes, which is like a whole bunch of steps. So we've never really had a system because for us in the moment, it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah. So you're just trying to get it to be a natural part of your flow.
Yeah. And I feel like that's better because I feel like if I were to track things, I have to like, I don't know, I feel like it's more like a drag. Like I have to do it because I kind of want to make it more like, okay, now it's time. Like, okay, look, it's 2, let's go walk.
Yeah.
Not like, okay, I have to walk at 2. Like, I don't know, it just feels like less strict and you get to enjoy it more because it's not written. It doesn't feel like something you have to do, something you want to do eventually.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions, either for Rocio and Honey or myself? The space is open. Anybody can ask any questions.
So the I Am app, is this something that you guys just individually chose, or did you guys do it as a whole? I'm just wondering what feedback you got from others about how it helped you meet those goals and track your goals.
The I Am app is actually something I've been using. I haven't really shared with anybody yet because I don't know, I just started doing it, and it's actually in this little time that I've started using it, it's actually helping my self-esteem a lot more than not, because sometimes you can't think of your own affirmations sometimes, and then you're just like sitting down and you get a notification, it's just a random affirmation, just boosts up your mood a little bit during the day, and I thought it was something nice that I can share with you guys.
And was that one free? I apologize.
Yes, it's a free app.
Okay, awesome. I'm totally going to check it out.
Yeah, I have a question. And thank you for all the student presenters. It's really awesome to see you making conscious choices about things you want to get better at and then implementing that. So for me, the Big Picture Living app is something new. And I'm just wondering, how did you guys use the app? Like, did it help you decide what you wanted to pursue and like what goals to make? Was it mainly through the article readings, or was it like, do you do like the daily questionnaire? Like, how did you use it, and did it kind of help you get to where you are today with what you presented to us?
Yes, so kind of going through it, it was a great place to really just house like all the information and the different measures. And I think it was a great way for us to really see, like, okay, you know what, this is something I want to focus on from now on. So kind of just having all the information in one place and being a big picture school, I think it was like a really great combination to help us kind of like hone in on like the areas we wanted to focus on and then also grow in.
Is it something, by the way, are all of your classmates using it, or did some of you start using it because you wanted to make some changes?
As of right now, I believe it's something that this group kind of works on just because we're involved with big picture. But I definitely hope that it gets more spread out through the scholars here at our school. Definitely.
Did you guys, and I'm just wondering because the start of the year is kind of a little hectic around here. And so starting next month, we're hoping to start using the Big Picture Living Health Plan that is provided through the website. Is that something that you guys have been using to help just kind of like narrow down, like, hey, this is what my goal is, this is what I need for my supports or whatever, and then is that like maybe a good outline that you started with? Or
I'll jump in the field. This one, we, similar to you, it's been a hectic start to the school year, and we have a lot of new advisors at our school. So that's something that we're going to be rolling out, 2 advisories per grade in the next month here, in the month of October.
Thank you.
Paul, would you be willing to share any kind of ancillary materials that you're developing to support onboarding new advisors?
Well, I think Sarah can probably speak to this. There is an advisor guide that is really tricked out. It's awesome. It makes it really easy and approachable for new advisors to, not only familiarize themselves with the movement here, but also really concrete and easy ways to roll it out with an advisory. Sarah, do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, thank you. So I just dropped a link in the chat. Thank you for bringing that up. That leads to, I wanted to just quickly let everyone know that we have new resources on our BP Living website. If you visit the advisory resources tab, you'll see that we have here sort of like a description that kind of helps people better understand what each of the 6 measures is, but also we have the complete calendar for the challenges that we have on social media for students to engage with. It's for the complete year, 1 challenge each month. And then we also have a BP Living teacher guide / advisor guide that has the Who Am I projects with the big picture living perspective implemented. So it has like questions on like culture, on healthy lifestyle. So you can, all of these are downloadable, so you can click them and then you'll be able to download the complete PDF. But our most recent resource that we've been creating is every month, we've been making a PowerPoint presentation that includes the challenges and discussions that everyone can see in their classrooms. So the first slide has all the challenges that we're having on social media. And then the next 4 slides are like for each week. We have the goals of the week, the measure we're working on, a discussion piece, an activity, and then a reflection piece where students are able to reflect and like also have some time to journal on think about their own lives. So I'll be sending out an email as well with these attachments, but we just finished uploading and creating October's. So feel free to visit our website and download all these resources here.
I've really appreciated that resource, by the way. So thank you so much for creating that and helping us. We've been using them as circle prompts each morning. The one this week for toxic relationships was a little tricky because my kids are 401s and there's been different relationships over the last 4 years. And so when they were talking about it, there was a little bit of awkwardness at some point because they kind of knew who people were talking about or whatever. But otherwise, they handled it very maturely. And they were really honest, and it really helps me feel like, okay, you guys get it, you guys know. And, it's been really good conversation starters and finding other video sources to kind of help, like the TED Talk from the Buddhist. We watched that one about happiness to talk about the gratitude last week. So that resource has been super great as a nice little jumping off point. So thank you for putting that together and sharing that with us. It's been great.
That's great to hear. Thank you, Christy. Appreciate the feedback. That's always helpful.
I wanted to thank all the Odyssey scholars who participated today. Thank you so much for being so giving of your time and your inspiration. And, we're excited to have Emma on board with this. She's going to be helping out and leading these in the future, and really wanted to invite, any administrators and advisors who are here, if it works out with your students' schedules, to encourage them to attend these as well, because we really want to engage them in this conversation as they have such an important voice in it.